The hour between day and night has arrived, that fleeting moment when the sky is neither blue nor black, but a deep, resonant indigo. The air, which held the residual warmth of the sun through the afternoon, now surrenders to the cool, damp breath of the sea. You have sought this place, this quiet intersection of land and vast water, to find a deep and settling repose. Your path has led you past the last open shops and taverns of the port town, their loud voices and clatter now muffled behind thick, wooden doors. The town's frantic daytime energy has receded, replaced by a gentle maritime stillness. This is the harbor's sacred hour, a moment of profound transition where the salt-laced air and the silent water hold all the focus. You step onto the main pier, a long walkway built of heavy, weathered planks. The wood, slick and cool with sea moisture, creaks faintly beneath your weight, a low, structural sound that speaks of its age and endurance. Your steps are slow and deliberate, each movement grounding you more deeply into the present moment. Below you, the vast harbor water, once a bustling channel of commercial movement, now stretches out like a sheet of rippled silk, its surface reflecting the fading sky in shimmering, distorted ribbons of blue and charcoal. You notice the powerful, bracing scent of the harbor, a complex fragrance of salt spray, low-tide brine, old rope, and the rich, earthy tang of submerged wood. It is a clean, honest aroma that clears the mind. As you walk, you are surrounded by the sleeping vessels. Moored sailboats and fishing trawlers bob gently, their masts swaying in small, silent arcs against the deepening sky. The ropes securing them to the piling strain and relax with a soft, rhythmic groan, a low, continuous chorus of mechanical sighs. The metallic clang of a distant halyard tapping against an aluminum mast is the sharpest sound in this settling environment, a tiny, percussive accent in the quiet symphony of the dusk. Each boat seems to be settling in for a long, deep slumber, their dark hulls reflecting the small, ethereal glow of the dock lights. You place a hand on the solid wooden railing, feeling the coarse texture of the sun-bleached wood, a silent reminder of the countless tides it has witnessed. You trace the path of a thick mooring line with your eye, noting how the heavy hemp, once taut and stressed, now hangs in a gentle U-shape, periodically dripping a slow bead of collected mist onto the water below. Each vessel has its own distinctive presence. The broad, sturdy workboats, silent monuments to the day's labor, resting alongside the sleeker, retired pleasure crafts, now merely beautiful shapes waiting for the morning light. The brass fittings on the fishing gear catch the faint dock light, sending back tiny, momentary glints that feel like quiet winks in the darkness. You inhale deeply, sensing the vast, unwritten history carried in the wood and metal of these aging, enduring ships. Their collective silence is a powerful form of communication, a testament to the fact that all things, even those that battle the open sea, must eventually yield to rest. You walk to the very end of the main jetty and stand overlooking the open water. Here, the subtle sounds of the harbor are most pronounced. The most constant sound is the lapping of the water against the pilings below, a soft, liquid cadence that is entirely hypnotic. It is a slow, rhythmic hush, a sound that speaks of patience and vastness. It seems to synchronize with your own breathing, guiding your inhales and exhales into a deeper, slower pattern. With every gentle lap, you feel a small, persistent tension in your body being washed away, drawn out and surrendered to the immense, accepting water. The sight of the water moving in the low light is mesmerizing. A continuous, unhurried flow that mirrors the inner stillness you are seeking. You gaze across the water at the opposite shore, where the small houses of the town are now mere shadowed shapes, their windows twinkling with soft interior light. The lights look like scattered embers on a distant bed of coals. The whole scene feels contained, protected, a bubble of quiet existence held between the immense mountains in the distance and the vast, shadowy expanse of the open sea. You close your eyes for a moment, simply breathing in the deep, mineralized air, allowing the coolness to settle deep into your lungs. The scent of the sea is so profound here, so pure, that it feels like a physical cleanser for your spirit. This is the margin between the land and the untamable ocean, a line defined by the rhythmic surge of the tide. You become intensely aware of the vast volume of water before you, a deep, cold mass that anchors the night. The coolness emanating from the harbor surface is palpable, settling over your skin like a fine, invisible gauze. This thermal exchange is a physical reminder of the Earth's scale, pulling any lingering restlessness from your core and exchanging it for the weighty, immutable quiet of the sea. The horizon is now completely indistinct, the sky and water merged into a single, unified plane of absolute darkness, offering no visual boundaries, encouraging your mind to simply let go of all delineation and focus. Your attention returns to the water's surface, now a perfect, obsidian mirror broken only by the gentle ripples. The few small, isolated lights on the pier are stretched and elongated into shimmering, ephemeral columns of gold and white. They dance and shift with the tiny, wave-induced movements, an unhurried ballet of light reflecting the serenity of the night. This play of light and shadow is deeply restorative. It engages your eyes without demanding focus, allowing your mind to drift effortlessly. You notice how the reflection of a single, bright star has appeared, suspended on the surface of the water, a tiny, winking jewel held gently by the immense harbor. As you stand here, the last vestiges of human sound fade. The distant hum of a moored engine has been stilled. The final shout of a fisherman has been absorbed by the dark air. Now only the primordial sounds remain. The lapping water, the creaking wood, and the soft, continuous sigh of the wind passing over the harbor. This profound silence is surprisingly full, filled with the subtle life of the maritime world. It is the kind of quiet that allows you to hear the subtle internal hum of your own body, the steady rhythm of your heart, the unhurried flow of your own breath. You feel your own nervous system beginning to downshift, releasing the grip of the day. You turn and walk away from the water's edge, moving into the shadowed network of the harbor town's oldest streets. The pavement here is ancient cobblestone, worn smooth by countless years of footsteps and sea traffic. The stone is cool and solid beneath your feet, a grounding contrast to the fluid motion of the docks. The air in these narrow alleyways holds a different scent. Less brine, more old stone, cool earth, and the lingering aroma of wood smoke from chimneys that have now quieted for the night. The buildings lean in toward each other, creating a sheltered canopy of shadow and stillness. The architecture here is built for resilience, fashioned from local granite that has absorbed centuries of sun and salt. The walls are impossibly thick, their foundations sunk deep into the bedrock, providing a sense of ancient, unshakable stability. You notice the deep grooves worn into the lower facades of the buildings, carved by the constant friction of ropes, carts, and generations of hands brushing past. These markings are a subtle, physical record of the town's long communal breath. Turning a corner, you pass a small fountain recessed into a wall, its stone basin filled with still, dark water. The water doesn't flow now, adding to the pervasive silence, but you can feel the coolness radiating from it, a final, quiet promise of liquid refreshment in the deepening night. The scent shifts again here, less wood smoke, more petrichor. The faint, clean smell of moisture on old stone, a comforting fragrance that speaks of permanence and quiet dignity. You pass the window of a closed antique shop, its glass reflecting the passing moonlight like a dull, silver shield. The silence here is deeper, a quiet saturation held by the heavy, thick walls of the old structures. Your pace slows to an almost imperceptible drift. There is nothing left to observe but the simple textures and the perfect stillness of the scene. You notice the deep indigo of the sky has now reached a black velvet, and the stars, no longer shy pinpricks, are fierce, burning diamonds scattered across the etheric expanse. The atmosphere is thick with a sense of history, a quiet knowledge held within the ancient stones beneath your feet. You find a place to rest on a low stone bench set into a recess of an old retaining wall. You settle down slowly, feeling the smooth, cool texture of the stone through your clothing. The stone feels incredibly solid, a point of permanence in a world defined by the shifting tides. You close your eyes again, bringing the external calm of the harbor inward. You feel the cool air on your face and the warm pressure of your body against the stone. Your attention focuses entirely on the rhythm of your breath, deep, slow, and even. Each inhalation is a gentle draw of the cool, pure, salt-laced air. Each exhalation is a complete release of all remaining tension. Your mind, now deeply attuned to this peaceful place, offers up thoughts that feel light and distant, like small white boats sailing toward a far horizon. You watch them without judgment, acknowledging their presence, then allowing them to continue their journey, dissolving into the vastness of the dark. You are simply observing, a peaceful witness to the gentle dance of your own consciousness. The mental clutter of the day is entirely gone, replaced by a sense of profound clarity, a clean, open space within your mind that mirrors the open sea before you. This is a space for quiet contemplation, for deep rest, for simply being. You visualize the light from the distant lighthouse, its beams sweeping in slow, majestic arcs across the black horizon. Each flash is a momentary, brilliant illumination, a rhythmic signal of safety and presence. It is a powerful, yet entirely unhurried rhythm that underscores the peace of the night. The sound of the waves, the steady creak of the moorings, the whisper of the high wind, all these sounds weave together into a single, seamless tapestry of sound that holds you securely in this perfect moment. You are completely held between the steady earth and the vast, silent sea. The immense weight of the ocean, the cool darkness of the sky, and the solid comfort of the land all coalesce into one feeling: profound stillness. Your focus intensifies on the deep quiet that has settled. The air is now so still that the sounds which remain, the single clang of a halyard, the waves' gentle shush, it all seems magnified, existing in slow motion. The moonlight has begun to bathe the entire harbor in a cold, celestial silver, starkly illuminating the polished surfaces of the quiet water and the heavy, solid stones. You imagine the tidal pull, the immense, invisible force drawing the water away from the shore. A slow, gentle, oceanic breath that mirrors your own. This sensation of being perfectly balanced between the massive, silent forces of nature, the heavy, unmoving stone of the town behind you and the immense, quiet pull of the sea before you, is profoundly soothing. You realize the solitude is not about being alone, but about being utterly present in a time and place of perfect, ancient rest. The feeling of safety is absolute, a quiet anchor dropped deep into the security of the harbor at its most still hour. Every sensory detail now acts as a deep conditioner for the soul. The coolness of the air, the smoothness of the stone, the vast, silent acceptance of the dark water. You imagine the deep stillness of the town now, the shadows thick and quiet in the narrow streets, the houses breathing softly as their occupants sleep. You are the sole, quiet witness to this beautiful repose, a solitary companion to the harbor's long, silent night. The cool air seeps gently into your clothing, but the warmth of the deep stone beneath you and the profound sense of peace within you keep you perfectly balanced. You are completely safe, perfectly at ease, wrapped in the cool, gentle embrace of the night and the sea. The feeling of belonging here is absolute, an anchor dropped deep into the quiet security of the harbor at dusk. The feeling of being at peace, of being perfectly at ease, is a part of you now, ready to be called upon whenever you need it. May your rest be deep, your dreams be sweet, and your return to the day be gentle, feeling profoundly refreshed, deeply relaxed, and utterly at peace. As always, you are always welcome here at the Nook.
The day's light has long since faded. You are following the winding, cliffside road to the very edge of the world, where the land yields entirely to the ocean. It is a rugged, wild place where the wind shapes the sparse, tenacious pines, and the only permanent residents are the gulls and the tide itself. But tonight, beneath a curtain of deep, silent stars that burn with a cold, pristine brilliance, this landscape feels less like a frontier and more like the safest place on Earth. You have sought this secluded haven, a small, time-worn cabin perched on the edge of the coastline, for the singular purpose of surrender, deep rest, and listening to the ancient, untroubled voice of the sea. Your final steps took you down a short, uneven path of stone and damp earth, a final descent into isolation. The air here is instantly, profoundly different, intensely cool and sharp, with a clean, elemental scent of salt spray, wet rockweed, and dark, damp sand that smells faintly of iodine. It is a fragrance that cuts through mental clutter instantly, a powerful, natural tonic for an overstimulated mind. The dominant sound is immediate and commanding, the deep, constant thrum of the ocean, an immense, slow-motion percussion that feels woven into the very structure of the rock beneath your feet. You feel the cool, steady breeze coming off the water, a refreshing, soft pressure against your skin that reminds you of the vast, open space surrounding you, the ocean stretching out to the impossible horizon, and the enormous sky curving above it. You arrive at the cabin. It is a small, solid structure built of dark, weathered cedar and stone, standing steadfastly against the coastal elements like a seasoned mariner. Its thick walls and low-slung roof speak of deep protection and resilience. The wood of the exterior is aged to a near black hue, streaked here and there by salt and time, a testament to decades of enduring storms. The only source of light visible is the warm, steady, golden glow spilling from a single large window facing the sea. This light acts like a beacon, a soft, intimate star of human comfort set against the wild, vast darkness. You approach the entrance, a heavy, solid wooden door, its surface rough and cool to the touch. The wood smells faintly of damp cedar and old sea air, a mixture that promises shelter. With a gentle push, you cross the threshold, leaving the cool, boundless night behind and stepping into a world of immediate, pervasive warmth. The scent of the cabin is a mixture of old, dried wood, perhaps a faint hint of tobacco or leather from an old book, and the immediate, rich fragrance of a crackling fire. Dry, resinous wood smoke and the sweet, baking heat of burning logs. The scent is an embrace, a quiet promise of sanctuary. The transition is absolute. The chill of the sea air is instantly replaced by the radiant, enveloping heat of the hearth. The room is small, intimate, and dimly lit, its walls paneled floor to ceiling in dark, comforting wood. The grain of the cedar, visible in the flickering light, seems to run like quiet rivers, giving the room a deep, organic sense of peace. The floor is covered by a soft, thick, hand-knotted rug in deep colors, muted blues and dark reds, muffling all sound. The furniture is sparse and solid, made for comfort and utility rather than show. A small, round, wooden table holds a steaming mug and a pile of worn books, their pages slightly yellowed and their covers soft from handling. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the stone fireplace set into the far wall. It is the heart of this refuge, built of small, dark river stones, and its fire is a brilliant, living thing, its flames dancing and swirling with quiet, joyful energy. The firelight flickers across the wooden walls and ceiling, making the shadows breathe and move like gentle creatures, turning the whole space into a pulsing, golden haven. A small brass lamp sits on a nearby shelf, casting a cone of soft, focused light, but the fire is the true illuminator. You find your spot, a deep, low armchair covered in a soft, woolen plaid blanket, perfectly positioned between the warmth of the fire and the mesmerizing view of the sea. It is a chair built for sinking into, its arms wide and supportive. You settle into its depth and the cushions yield with a soft sigh, holding perfectly to the contours of your body. The wool of the blanket is soft and slightly rough between your fingertips, its comforting weight grounding you entirely. You pull it higher, nestling into the corner where the back and the side of the chair meet. This is the moment of complete surrender. With a long, slow breath that starts in your core and leaves your lips as a gentle exhale, you feel every muscle in your body begin to relinquish its hold. With a long, slow breath that starts in your core and leaves your lips as a gentle exhale, you feel every muscle in your body begin to relinquish its hold. Every knot of tension unwinding and dissolving into the fire's radiant heat. Your shoulders drop, your jaw softens, and your hands rest open and heavy on the blanket. Now you allow your tension to settle fully into the soundscape of this coastal retreat. A duality of rhythm that brings profound peace. It is a conversation between two massive, ancient forces, the domesticated warmth of the hearth and the untamed power of the water. First, there is the hearth song. The fire is your close, intimate companion, a powerful but controlled ally against the night. Its sound is a rich, rhythmic music, the low, continuous hiss of heat, meeting the last remaining moisture in the wood, the sharp pop and crack of a log splitting suddenly under the thermal stress, and the constant, subtle rustle of the flames themselves, sounding like dry leaves being gently pushed. It is an irregular, yet constant percussion, a dynamic sound that speaks of contained, controlled warmth. This sound is a reminder of human comfort, of shelter and safety, a small, bright noise that holds the wildness of the night at bay. Every sharp crackle feels like a small release within your own body, a gentle shedding of stress. Second, there is the ocean pulse. This sound is immense, vast, and eternal, a bass note underpinning the entire night. It is not the busy noise of a harbor, but the deep, slow-motion sound of the endless water meeting the fixed, rugged rock of the coastline. You hear the long, low draw of the waves pulling back over the shingle and stones, a shushing sound like a giant sigh, followed by the inevitable deep thud and roar of the next wave rolling in to crash against the shore. Listen closer, and you can pick out the brief, sharp hiss of the foam dissolving on the wet stones, a sound that quickly fades as the water retreats. It is a two-part rhythm that is profoundly hypnotic, a constant, unhurried breath of the planet. The harmony between them is the key to your peace. The fire is fast, immediate, and full of sharp, small sounds, tethering you to the present moment within the cabin. The sea is slow, massive, and continuous, reminding you of deep, boundless time and space outside. Together, they create a perfect, harmonious balance, holding your awareness suspended between the comfort of the indoors and the vast serenity of the world outside. You are perfectly placed to receive both messages of warmth and immensity. You open your eyes and turn toward the large window. The glass, cool to the touch, offers a perfect, expansive view of the night ocean. The sea is a vast, inky expanse of black and deep gray, stretching out into an impenetrable horizon, a sheet of polished obsidian. It is a primal, mesmerizing sight. The only light source apart from your cabin is the moon, hanging high in the black sky, its silvery light forming a long, shimmering, rippling path across the water's surface that leads from the horizon directly to your window. This path is your private connection to the infinite, an invitation to gaze into the ancient void. You watch the tireless, endless movement of the water. Each wave is a brief moment of visible power, rolling in from the dark, briefly catching the moon's light in a flash of white foam, and then dissolving into the long, liquid draw back into the vastness. This movement is profoundly calming, a reminder that even the most powerful force in the world operates on an ancient, unhurried schedule. The tide is the world's most reliable clock, and tonight, its slow cadence dictates your pace. As you gaze out at the ocean, allow the rhythmic cycle of the waves to gently guide your breath, aligning your inner tide with the colossal pulse outside. Inhale. Draw in the scent of smoke and warmth, feeling the energy and safety of the cabin fill you. Exhale. Release, feeling your breath join the long, sighing drag of the ocean pulling back from the shore. You reach for the small table beside you. A simple, heavy ceramic mug is filled with a dark, steaming herbal infusion. You wrap both hands around the ceramic, feeling the heat transfer directly to your palms. a grounding warmth that flows into your arms. The mug's surface is smooth but slightly porous, its texture welcoming. You bring the mug slowly to your lips. The scent of the liquid is a warm, subtle mix of chamomile and honey, a gentle fragrance that complements the resinous smoke of the fire. The taste is soothing, warm, and sweet, a final deliberate step into absolute stillness. This simple ritual, the weight of the mug, the heat in your hands, the taste on your tongue, anchors you completely in the present moment, dissolving any final fragments of thought about the past or the future. You set the mug down gently, the soft clunk, barely audible in the quiet room. Now you allow the deep relaxation to flow into your body, starting at the anchor point of your feet, which are heavy and warm on the rug. Feel the muscles in your calves and thighs relaxing completely, sinking into the armchair's embrace. The tension that settled in your hips and lower back during the day dissolves entirely, carried away by the fire's radiant heat, absorbed by the dense cushions. The warmth penetrates your torso, softening your stomach and chest, allowing your lungs to expand fully and freely with each slow, rhythmic breath. Your shoulders, held tight by the day's burdens, drop completely, heavy and soft against the back of the chair. The tension drains down your arms, through your forearms, and out of your fingertips, which rest lightly and openly on the blanket, entirely unburdened. Finally, the peace flows up your neck and into your head. Feel the small muscles around your eyes soften, their focus dissolving into the comfortable darkness of the room. Your forehead smooths out, and your jaw unhinges, releasing any lingering need to speak or to hold on. You are perfectly held, a vessel of quiet rest, suspended between the warmth of the fire and the cool vastness of the ocean. Your mind, mirroring the boundless expanse of the sea, begins its own process of stillness. Thoughts drift in and out like fragments of driftwood riding the tide, small, temporary arrivals in a vast ocean. You watch them without judgment or engagement, simply acknowledging their existence and then allowing them to be pulled away by the immense, quiet current of the night. The mental clutter is gone, replaced by a profound clarity, an open, untroubled space that feels as deep and as vast as the dark ocean outside your window. This clarity is not the absence of thought, but the absence of urgency. You realize the beauty of this absolute solitude. There are no demands here, only acceptance. The wind may howl, the waves may crash, but inside these walls, you are perfectly insulated. This isolation is not lonely. It is nourishing. It allows you to feel your own presence fully, undistracted by the noise and expectations of the outside world. Here, you are simply you, observed only by the tireless moon and the silent, ancient fire. You return your gaze to the window, the final perfect image of this retreat. The cabin's interior light reflects faintly on the glass, a golden square merging the warmth of the room with the coolness of the sea. You are an island of golden light, perfectly secure, perfectly sheltered, watching the ancient, tireless dance of the water and the moon. The immense, patient presence of the ocean, the steady protection of the cabin walls, and the enduring comfort of the fire all coalesce into one feeling: profound, unshakable sanctuary. You realize this sanctuary is not just external, confined to this wooden room, but it now lives within you. The rhythm of the sea and the warmth of the fire are now anchors in your own spirit. This feeling of being held, of being perfectly at ease, it's a part of you now, ready to be called upon whenever you need it. You are safe, you are warm, and you are utterly at peace. May your rest be deep, your dreams be sweet, and your return to the day be gentle, feeling profoundly refreshed, deeply relaxed, and utterly at peace. Do remember, you are always welcome here at the Nap Nook. You are walking as the sun dips below the horizon, bathing the world in a soft, gentle afterglow. The air is still, and you can taste the clean, fresh salt on your lips. Beneath your feet, the sand is no longer warm from the day. It's cool, damp, and firm, and your footsteps make almost no sound. You are heading toward the far end of the beach, away from everything, toward a place of quiet stone and water. All around you, the world is letting go of the day. The sky is a beautiful, fading canvas of soft, dusky purple and the faintest touch of pink and peach. The ocean beside you is calm, its surface like dark, polished glass. The sound of the water is a gentle murmur, not a loud, crashing surf. The tide is low, and the waves are just a slow, rhythmic shush, like a long, deep breath. The ocean's voice, constant and ancient, seems to be the only sound in the world. You reach the edge of the sand, and the landscape changes. Great, smooth stones rise up, worn by the water into soft, rounded shapes. They are dark and solid, like ancient guardians of the coastline. You pick your way carefully your hand resting on the cool, slightly rough surface of the rocks. Finally, you find the spot. It's a perfect natural seat, a place in the stone that has been carved by the sea into a gentle curve. It's sheltered, nestled between two larger rocks that rise up on either side, protecting you from any breeze. You've brought a thick, soft blanket with you. You unfold it, the familiar, soft scent of it rising up, and you wrap it all around, tucking it in around your legs and over your shoulders. As you settle in, you notice the stone is not cold. It holds a deep, gentle, leftover warmth from the sun that has been shining on it all day. This radiant warmth from the rock beneath you, combined with the soft, cozy weight of the blanket, makes you feel instantly safe, instantly secure. You are in a perfect in-between space, not on the land, not in the sea. You are in a sanctuary, and you have all the time in the world. You take a moment to just exist. You breathe in the clean, salty air. With every exhale, you feel any lingering tension of the day just dissolve. It leaves your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. It's as if the vast open air can carry it all away, leaving you feeling light and clean and still. Your only purpose now is to be here and enjoy. You look out at the ocean. It is so vast and so calm. The last light of the sun is just a single pale streak on the horizon, and the water is a deep, peaceful indigo. A moment later, you see it. The first star, a tiny, perfect pinprick of silver light, appearing in the darkening sky. Then your gaze shifts downward. All around your sheltered seat are the tide pools. The receding tide has left behind these little secret worlds, still and silent. They are like magic mirrors, and in the dark, glassy surfaces, you can see a perfect reflection of the purple sky and the first appearing stars. You lean over slightly to look into the nearest pool. It is a tiny, perfect world. The water is crystal clear, and on the bottom, you can see small, smooth pebbles, dark and gray. And the life, it's mesmerizing. You see sea anemones, like soft, green, flower-like gems, their tentacles waving almost imperceptibly in a current only they can feel. You see a cluster of dark, blue-black mussel shells, closed up for the day and resting. You see a small, purple sea star. Its arms are resting gracefully on a piece of stone. In this perfect, still world, nothing hurries. Everything just is. It is a world of patience, of quiet, of deep, ancient life. A sense of wonder fills you, a connection to this tiny, hidden, beautiful universe, and you feel how you are part of this same quiet peace. The quiet of the evening allows the world's sounds to come to you. The most prominent sound is the ocean. It's the heartbeat of the world. The steady, distant shush as a line of white foam appears, and then the long, quiet pull as it recedes. It is the most peaceful and constant rhythm in the world. As your focus sharpens, you can hear something else, a tiny, gentle sound. It's the water from your pool, overflowing just a little, trickling over a small, smooth spillway of rock into the pool just below. A soft and clear liquid sound. The sounds weave together in a perfect song. The deep, steady shush of the waves and the soft, close trickle of the water right beside you. The air on your face is cool and fresh. It feels wonderful, cleansing your skin, smoothing away all the lines of the day. But everywhere else, you are so wonderfully warm. The heat from the rocks beneath you has seeped into your legs. The heavy, soft blanket is cocooned around you. Your hands, resting in your lap, are warm and still. You are not thinking about tomorrow. You are not remembering yesterday. You are just here. You are one with the stones, watching the stars appear one by one in the sky and in the water. You are a quiet, peaceful observer, a part of the night and a part of the sea. A profound sense of stillness washes over you. You are held. You are sheltered by these ancient stones, wrapped in your own warmth and surrounded by the deep, peaceful rhythm of the ocean. The night is deepening and the sky has become full of stars, and you are safe and warm at the very heart of everything. Your whole body has become heavy and relaxed. The feeling of the soft blanket, the gentle warmth of the rock, the coolness of the air, it all merges into one feeling, the feeling of complete comfort and ease. Your breathing has become the main rhythm. It matches the ocean, a slow, easy tide, in and out. The stars seem brighter now, and you can see the faint, beautiful glow of the Milky Way, a silver ribbon stretching across the sky. reflected perfectly in the tide pool by your feet. The sounds are beginning to blend. The deep shush of the waves and the soft trickle of the water. They are merging. They are becoming one harmonious, liquid sound. The sound of peace. The sound of coming sleep. There is nothing else that you need to do. There is nowhere else for you to be. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You can let go of the blanket now. You can let go of the stone. You can let the sounds of the water fade into the background of your rest. Your body is ready to sleep, and your mind is quiet. You are safe in your tide pool sanctuary. You are a part of the ocean's ancient rhythm. You are as peaceful as the stars in the water. May your rest be deep, your dreams be sweet, and your return to the day be gentle, feeling profoundly refreshed, deeply relaxed, and utterly at peace. As always, you are always welcome here at the Nap Nook.